soldiers. Mud 2 is on their way. Sutherland, toss me a tech cord. I've only got the one, sir. Roger. I'll make it count. Alright. Give me cover, boys. Eat this, you bloody bastards. I think it worked, sir. That breach sucked out most of the oxygen in this room. None of the bodies seem to be moving. Right. Let's check them all just to be sure. Then we'll rally up with Mud 2. Let's move. Alpha 6, we've cleared the atrium. We're moving to Mud 2 now, then pushing further in.
Roger that, Sergeant. Hey guys, Space Marine 658 here, and I am here to bring you episode 14 in our Aurora Let's Play. Last time we left off, we were doing a bit more expansion of our fleet and getting quite a bit of exploration done. So hopefully this episode we can find some more useful stuff as we're out looking around. Let's see. Yeah, this is kind of handy. I saw this earlier. It tells you how many different places you can survey, so it tells you sort of how useful a system will be when we're just kind of looking around. But yeah, so let's get back to that. Alright. Or is that possible? So the Gunther and C. See where you at, Gunther and C. Oh yeah, they're orbiting Earth. So this is still the Gen 3, right? Yep. So we should be able to upgrade them to the Gen 4, so long as our shipyards have been swapped over. So what we can do is do refit Gen 3 to the Gen 4, and there we go. So we'll create task. So we're gonna upgrade the Gunther. So this will get it upgraded to a ship with a lot more maintenance time. Overhaul has been reduced. And then the 0301 is completed shore leave. So I believe that is the yeah, there we go. It is the Zany. There we go. So they're gonna take away at their maintenance. Let's see, the Gunther, which has been switched to Gen 4. Yeah, so their deployment maintenance went down just a little bit because they got converted. So what we'll do is we'll tell them at Earth, begin overhaul, and then refuel resupply. There we go. And then some more research has been completed. Let's make sure we've got, yeah, okay, so research away. And we also designed this Gen 4 of those ships, so we're definitely going to want to make sure that with this next gen, because it lasts so much longer, that we get quite a bit more systems surveyed with those. So it looks like capacitor research rates. Whoops, wrong thing. Research. All right. So let's see. What do we want to look into? Oh, here we go. So we'll go to hangar deck, and then commercial hangar deck, add that to queue. And on our way replenishment, add to queue. Let's see, MK, oops. We'll add some railgun velocity, ordnance production, and some, oops, Gauss and railgun velocities. Power propulsion. Get these basic ones added to queue. As much as I'm not going to use the power plant thing, it never hurts to have upgrades. There we go. Alright, so let's get back to it. A lot of what we're doing is basically just kind of looking around, hopefully trying to find something. So it looks like the... Oops, wrong button. The Gunther is completed shortly, so now we're just waiting on the last bit of maintenance to go away, and then the Zany should be quite a bit close, yeah, to maintenance going away. Which, with both those going that slow, we probably should add a bit more. We'll be able to stockpile, I think. Yeah, so we got plenty of maintenance. We should probably build some more cargo shuttles, because I think we've got some going, but it's a little slow. Let's bump this up to 21 and 15%, which is going to use a bit more resources, especially Mercassian, which we're a little short on, but we're starting to expand that. Let's look at Mars. So right now we're adding nitrogen and we're up to a 0.3. So we're still at dangerous atmosphere, but our overall colony cost has dropped a bit. What's our total? So we're at 0.6. So oxygen safe levels below 30%, but at least 0.1, yeah. So I might have to look in to see if there's maybe one of these that we need to remove, but we should be pretty good. Gotta try and figure out what's dangerous, see if there's any of this we can pull out. But it might just be the atmospheric pressure has to be 1 atmosphere or higher, so we'll just let it keep going, because the nitrogen's only at 0.3 so far. Okay, so yeah, so these fleets have started to exceed their maintenance time and deployment time. So let's see, so this one, so they are in Alpha Centauri, so we will auto route you back to Sol, Earth, and then refuel, resupply, send message, overhaul to Gen 4. We will grab this and Control C. And then, let's see, this one's not over it yet. This one is, so auto route to Sol, Earth, refuel, resupply, send message, Control V. And then you're close, but y'all are still good. There we go. Auto route to Sol, Earth, refuel, resupply, send message. Because what we'll do is we'll overhaul them before we rewind their clock. That way they get a bit of a bonus. So that one's Gen 4. We're still Gen 3, Gen 3, Gen 3, 3, 3, 3, Gen 4. There we go. So I knew one of these we had shifted over, so we gotta rename the Gunther to Gen 4. There. And make sure none of these are orbiting Earth. Other than the ones that are, yeah, overhauling. Okay. Overhaul complete of one of the ships. I believe that's the Zany. Yep. So you auto route. So let's look at what systems are we currently exploring. So Luton needs somebody. Sigma Draconis, Alpha Centauri. These are all being sent back. Let's send them to Luton. There we go. So they'll auto it over there and then start their stuff again. Somebody 1212. Oh, let me make sure their standing orders are all correct. Yeah, this is not, but what is the Zany doing? Oh, yeah, I just sent them to Luton. Okay. It's the Gunther I wanted to look at. Yeah, they're still running their clock. You got survey, 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 survey. Okay, everybody's still on good orders. Somebody 12, you are orbiting Earth with no orders. Okay. Oh. That's why. I was wondering why I didn't get the message. I did. I just have not changed the fleet message text color. So I will give this like a red. So it's very obvious. There we go. So you are going to get changed over. So let's grab our shipyards. The Akatar. Refit from the Gen 3 to Gen 4. Create task. Create task. There's 2 of them in orbit, so it looks like another fleet is there too. Let's see. Yeah, they're going back to Earth. Alright, so there we go. There is another fleet back, so let's grab the shipyards again. We should still have room to refit. Oh, gotta click the Akatar, refit. Gen 3, Gen 4. Oh, we might be. No, it says we have 1 available. We're doing 2. 3. Gen 3 to Gen 4. Who is back? The France strategy, actually. Survey nearest body, survey nearest server location. I guess I can say begin overhaul. We should change ships in a shipyard. Okay, so they must be getting upgraded. So who all is getting upgraded? So this is the 003. So the 003 and the 005 are getting upgraded. Just not this one, it's around a different moon. Let's see, 004, it needs to be sent back, which it is currently going. 09, 05, there we go. So it's somebody 1212. So what ship just got back? Guessing that's okay. So it must have been delayed. That message. I'm guessing it was one of those 2. Okay, that's weird. I've never seen that. San Francisco 49 has completed its orders. So let's see. So they're probably sending, that's right, we were sending mines out here because we want to get some more of the corundium sent back. Let's see. Yeah. Probably send some more out. So let's go to, the fleet, go to Earth. Load installation, automated mine, refuel, resupply, go to Herschel Richet, unload all installations. And we'll repeat this another 9 times. And what I'll do is go to Earth. Let's see, yeah, we're out of coronium still because we're burning through it trying to make these automated mines to send them off. So, not much I can increase it to speed up the production of automated mines, but the few we have we'll send over. Alright, I believe that's the red cup that is back to Earth. Yes. So let's grab our shipyards and get the Ektar, get the refit going. There we go. Alright. Ship refits completed. Overall clocks reduced. Alright, so who has been completed? So you are now Gen 4, so we'll rename you. You are the Red Cup Gen 4. And then the somebody is now the Gen 4. You are already Gen 4. There you go, the different strategy is Gen 4. Alright, so you are going to go to Earth, get overhaul. You are going to go to Earth and begin overhaul. You're going to go to Earth, begin overhaul. Some of these might have already been started, but I'm going to make sure that they get going. Yeah, I think you're already overhauling. Yeah. And they're on the asteroid, okay. Here we go. Alright, so let's carry on. Found some more ground server potential stuff, some more research completed, so let's see. Sold transfer fees, completed orders. We'll let this transfer fleet just sit there for a bit so the automated mines can build up. Alright, the Gen 3002 has completed her overhaul, which I believe is the, where is it? The Gunther, there we go. So we will take them and we will send them out. Auto route. Let's look at our systems. So who needs one? So we got a ship there, got a ship there. So we'll send her to Sigma Draconis since that's the nearest surveyable area. So go there. Let's see who's gonna be next. Probably the zeros, or not zero, the defense strategy, probably the next closest one. Or the red cap possibly, but we'll see. Alright. There we go. Mars has reached the proper level with the nitrogen, so let's take a look. Still at a 0.823. So to make sure we get it up high enough, I'll put a little bit more oxygen because we're only at a 0.1 and we can technically handle up to a 0.2. So while it's a little higher than what we have now, it should still be below the percentage because you want to keep it below 30% total atmosphere. So we'll get it up to a 0.2 and see where that gets the atmospheric pressure. It should get it up to a 0.9 and then we just add a little bit of either more nitrogen or something to the atmosphere to kind of balance it out a bit more. So alright, so we're still getting some chromium shortages, which is to be expected as we're making automated mines as fast as we can. Let's see, let's go to here, make sure they're still able to ship it off as quickly as they can mine it. Yeah, they still got quite a bit of years of production, so we're going to keep sending automated mines until this gets quite low, because this is the one we're most worried about getting plenty of. So alright, so a bunch of these ships completed overhaul, perfect. So let's see, so this is the Somebody 12, you're orbiting Earth, so you need orders, auto routes. So we've got somebody at Luton, we got somebody at FL, we got somebody at Sigma, so we're gonna send them to Struve. So you go to Struve, there we go. And then you are going to auto route to, where's that? Gesius? That's how you pronounce it. Giselus. One of the way you pronounce it, I'm not sure. Then you're already on your way. Here you go. You're already Earth, auto route. So let's open that back up. Nope, I minimized it. Alpha Centauri is where we need somebody. So you will go up there. There we go. So that should be everybody. Now some of these we're gonna have to bring back. Yeah, so you've way exceeded your deployment time. So you will auto route to Sol, Earth, send message, overhaul to Gen 4. See about you. Yep, you are also past your time. Go to Sol, Earth, send message, overhaul. Trade Vector, you're not past your time, but I will still auto-route you back to Sol, Earth, send message. You're almost to your time, so might as well get all these guys done at once. Then you are past your time, auto-route Sol, Earth, send message. There we go, and that should be everybody. Once they get back, we'll upgrade them, overhaul them, and they'll last quite a bit longer. Alright, let's carry on. 0 silver, there we go. So we got one of the ships back. So let's grab our shipyard, so we go. Akatar, refit, Gen 3, Gen 4, and the 0 silver. And then another one is back. Let's grab shipyards, Akatar, refit. There we go. And there's a third. There's a total of 4, so one of them might have to be in a holding pattern until we get some room cleared up. There we go. So with the retrograde vector, what we'll do, since we won't have room for him, I don't believe. Shipyard, Akatar, refit. Yeah, we can't do him yet. So what we'll do is we will grab the retrograde vector and tell it to begin overhaul on its own. And then once one of those ships finishes refits, there we go. All of them finished at once. So we'll grab the Akatar, refit, create task, there we go. So the other 3 ships will also begin overhaul. Begin overhaul. Begin overhaul. Already Earth. begin overhaul. And what we'll do is rename the ones that have completed it to a Gen 4. You have completed it, so Gen 4. Rename Gen 4. Oops. Rename Gen 4. Oh, did it again. There we go. So while this one isn't completed yet, it's going to complete pretty quickly. So, all right. So overclock reduced, ship refit completed. So there we go. And now Mars is up a little bit higher. So let's see. So we're at 0.926. Trying to get to 1 atmo, I'm assuming. If it gets to 1 atmo and that doesn't work, I'll look up and just see the sort of ideal stuff for humans to make sure like I don't have to remove the carbon dioxide or whatever. Which I shouldn't, because I think our atmosphere is made up of a decent amount of carbon dioxide. So, but I'll find out. Let's add some nitrogen back in, because nitrogen is a inert gas. So let's get this. Let's see. I need at least 0.074 more, and we're at a 0.5. So let's get it to a point. Oh, well, it'll be 0.5. So we're already at that level. So to go up 0.1, we have to do a 4 and then a 7. So 0.5. So 4. I want to get at least to that much. So let's just say 0.8 just to be safe. Which shouldn't take Mars very long. Let's see. Shore leave of some of the ships are going to complete here. Research is going to be completed into salvage module upgrades. Alright. Let's do sensors now, because we need to upgrade this. Although, oof, that's a hell of a small bonus compared to the amount of research labs allowed. So we'll grab somebody like this. And we'll do active graph sensor strength. And then grab them and then do some more stuff in the queue. Do some of the lesser stuff first and then move up to this. There we go. Bunch of countermeasure stuff that'll help with missiles and everything. Let's see. So that is completed. San Francisco 49. Let's see how many automated mines we have. So we have 17. Okay, so we built up a little bit more. How are we looking as far as production? Okay, so we're still not stockpiling, which is good. But I think for now, let's see, how are we doing on corundum on Earth? So we still don't have a stockpile of corundum, and we're starting to get quite low of sorium. We still got some sorium on Earth. But it wouldn't be the worst idea to make sure that we start getting more sorium, because our usage is starting to go up, but that is partly because we're overhauling a bunch of ships and getting fuel from that. But I think, let's see, let's take a look and see if there's any sorium heavy stuff in Earth's local area, at least, because while it's not a huge issue now, it is something I want to get ahead of. That way y'all don't have to watch me deal with that. Oh yeah, there's a 0.1 and Vertilinus. So way to say just Sol for now, at least. Let's search. Yeah, so Jupiter has a crap ton at a 1.0, and then Saturn has a 0.9, a decent amount. So yeah, okay, so we got plenty. And a few of these places have some too that they're already mining. So with that, let's actually create our first station. Because I do think that we're going to want our own station in Tug eventually. And I think with this, I'm definitely going to want to have some fuel being produced so that way we can carry some to and from. So we're going to start off with a station, then we're going to design a tug, then we're going to design a tanker. Preferably all in this episode, but we'll see what we have time for. So let's go in here and let's start with I believe there's probably a fuel something here. So let's see. Fuel harvester base, fuel harvester station, there we go. So we're going to call it a new ship class, and we're going to rename this class. And let me open up the Discord real quick and let's take a look, because I believe we've got some new people. Alright, so welcome. We've got somebody named Afro Deviant. So you are our new fuel station. I believe with this I don't have to select tanker or any of these quite yet, but the tanker is how we'll move the fuel. Alright, so with this is going to be fuel harvester, so we don't need any engines. This is basically just going to be hauled over. We do need, though, a refueling hub, I believe. Yeah. So we can refuel other ships. And then we need the refueling system, which will give us the refueling capability of 100,000 liters per hour, because you need a refueling system with a refueling hub. Because the refueling hub depends on how many you have of these determines how many ships you can refuel at once. We're likely only going to have a couple of big tankers going back and forth, so I'm not too worried about that, so we shouldn't have to add too many of those. So I'll just leave it at 1 for now. And then I added the 100,000 liters per hour. That's pretty decent. I mean, if we've got a 1,000,000-ton freighter, tanker, whatever per se, that means it would take only 10 hours to refuel it, which that's plenty fast for me. And then we need sorium harvesters. So that refuels 80,000 liters per annum. So let's get a couple of these. So this is gonna be pretty heavy. We're probably gonna, let's check. So this is gonna be a civilian ship. So our shipyards, what is our biggest? Yeah, so we've got a huge 300,000 here for it to be produced at, but I think I'm actually going to produce it at our colony ship one, because I want to save this one for building more terraforming ships. In fact, speaking of that, while I'm at this, I'm going to add it to the shipyard fleet. I'm going to create another task to create another passenger encounter terraforming ship, because what I'm thinking next we're going to terraform is Venus, and we're going to want to make sure we have lots of terraforming ships for that, because that might take a good little while. So while I'm at that, let's get this guy producing continual capacity upgrade, and you're going to target, I don't know how big this ship is going to be, so to make sure we have room, we're going to set it to go to 200,000. Likely it probably won't be quite that big, but you never know, just in case. I don't want to change that too much. So let's see. So this produces 320,000 liters per annum. I believe this means per year, right? Per annum, yeah. Sorry, I'm a little dumb at times. Let's check. Yeah, for each full year. Okay, I'm not crazy. So let's see, we could probably fit a few more of these in. That way we want this to be pretty high, because the higher this is, the more that gets produced per year. Let's see, let's say we wanted, you know, at least 1 million per year. worth of fuel. I feel like that's a pretty decent amount. And then we'll want to have a fuel hub not fuel hub. We want to make sure we have fuel storage of somewhere close to that. Yeah, right now our fuel capacity is 10 million liters. So at this, we could refuel. We could fill up with fuel for 10 years before it would fill up. We're probably gonna want a lot more fuel harvesters than that. Then I think I will shoot for that quarter or that 200,000 then. So let's throw on that. I think that's it, because this will be a civilian ship, so we don't have to worry about deployment time. We don't have to worry about maintenance and cargo shuttles or anything like that, because it's pretty much just going to be a drop this in orbit and harvest as much stuff as possible. So yeah, let's just fill this up to the 200,000 limit so that we can get this quite a bit more. Alright, so we're one over, so let's go to the wide view. There we go. Take that last one off. So actually that makes it perfectly even. So we're at 30,000 harvesters. 30 harvesters, sorry. So with this, that means that we are still a commercial vessel. Yeah, so we're producing 2.4 million per annum. So every year we're producing 2.4 million fuel, meaning that this will take about 10 years to fill up. If we just left it filling up, we're actually probably going to have a fuel tanker going back and forth on a delayed frequency. But yeah, so that should be our fuel harvester. I mean, I can't think of anything else to change about it, so we're going to lock this design. And now let's design our tanker. We're just going to want something not too crazy. Oh, sorry, this is not what I want to name that, so obsolete that class. Fish tech. Or can I outright delete this? Okay, there we go, that works. And then we want to do a tanker. Should be in the T's. Tanker, there we go. So this we're going to create a new ship class for. We'll call it the Boston Tanker. Alright. So with this one, we need a, we don't care about refueling system or refueling hub, right? Because this is just to refuel other systems. So, do we need this capable? Yeah, so we don't need the refueling hub. Refueling system. One sec. Alright, so I was double checking, make sure I wasn't crazy. I do need a refueling hub. So I need a refueling system and a refueling hub for the tanker so it can pick up and drop off fuel. So we'll grab this guy and let's look at engines. So we got the civilian MPD, which should still be good because it's a very fuel efficient engine. So we'll throw this on there. We don't need to be too fast because it's just going to be going to and from Jupiter. So let's throw on fuel storage. Ultra large. Right now we got quarter. With how much it's probably going to pick up, we probably don't need an ultra large. Let's just take off this large and then go with a very large. So yeah, 1 million liters. I mean, that seems pretty reasonable to me. So to the tanker, it'll always keep 10. I believe it keeps 10% of its fuel when you're dropping off fuel and picking up fuel. It always makes sure it keeps 10%. That way you don't drop off more than it can actually. That way it doesn't strand itself somewhere. Now this one we want to keep relatively small because this is a tanker. Well, I say small, maybe not small, it's not the right word, but don't want to overdo it. Let's see, because our current second one, this one we're upgrading. That's our freighter one. I don't know if we necessarily want to change that one either. Then again, we do have two different freighter ones, so what we'll probably do is grab this one and say continue capacity. You're going to target. Let's see, right now that would be 100,000, so let's shoot for 150,000. So we'll probably use this one to produce the tanker. While we could use this one, that's the current freighter that our current ships are on, which, speaking of which, we don't need any new ones right yet, but we'll probably want some new ones eventually. So let's go back. So let's see, we're currently at that size, 107,000. We'll probably put the switch engine back on, because I would like it to be at least somewhat fast so we can move the fuel in an emergency. Otherwise though, I think this is pretty good. I mean, we don't need to overdo it too much. That should be plenty enough fuel, so we'll lock this design for now and we'll come back to it. Alright, so that is our tanker and our fuel harvester. Now we need to design ourselves a tug. So we're going to go in here, go tug, and then new ship class, and we're gonna rename. Oh, why did this change the tug? This is a tanker. Okay, there it goes. Yeah, I don't understand sometimes when it decides to change things and when it doesn't. Alright, so this is a tug. We're gonna rename this. For this one, I'm going to rename it to one of our Discord members, JSPR. I'm assuming that's short for Jasper. Alright, there we go. So let's get this thing designed. This needs to be able to haul our fuel harvester, which is 197 tons. Sorry, 197,000 tons. So let's see. Where would that be? Tractor beam, there we go. So with this, I think we only need the one, right? Yeah, you only get one per ship, because it's based on the size of your ship and the power of your ship as to whether or not you can haul the other ship. It doesn't actually matter how many tractor beams or whatever you have. So with this, we'll add some fuel storage. So we'll go for one large, right? Yeah, that gives us 500,000, so about 2 large total. And then we're gonna want some civilian engines, but what we'll do is I'll design some slightly less fuel efficient civilian engines, so they'll have a bit more power. Oh, not jump engines, regular engines. Yeah, so MCPD. We do want some power, but we also don't want to be too inefficient. So let's keep an eye on our fuel use. We will want big engines, so we don't have to have quite so many, which helps with fuel consumption. That's a little intense size engines. We did upgrade our max engine size tech quite a bit. Let's drop this down, say another 100. Even that's kind of big. 15,000 ton engine. Check for 200. So, because right now that's a 5K engine. So if we double the size to 10K, that gives us quite a bit of engine power. So that's a 240 versus just a 5,000. I feel like that's a little insane, but its fuel use is quite a bit. That's a 0.3 versus this is a 335, which is actually double the military engine. So with this, we can drop the engine power. This says 10% uses no fuel. Okay, it's just the fuel use is so low. So what? This 500. Oh yeah, here we go. So this is a 500 engine power that only uses 0.11. So it's double the engine power, but it's double the size, but it uses a third of the fuel. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. Shoot, with it being a tug, I might be able to go up a little bit more. I mean, it is a tug after all. Having a big ass tug isn't necessarily a bad problem to have. So let's see, yeah, that's use a little bit more fuel, but quite a bit more power. All right, let's just drop this down to the max size. So let's see, there's 1,000 engine power, so 4 times the power. Uses still half, around a little under half the fuel use per hour, but it is 20,000 tons, so it's 4 times the size. Well, with it being a tug, we're not too worried about the size of this thing, so I think I'm going to keep it like this. So this is a commercial. Still commercial, yeah, because the size of it is still a commercial engine, so it's commercial MPD, engine power, 1,000, so I'll just put 1K, fuel per hour is 0.15, and it weighs 20K, so it's significantly larger. And with this, we will call this is the T-Wanderer's next gen of engine. So it's a T-Wanderer drives and co. Alright, so we will instant this. That should be all correct, so there we go. And then refresh tech. So yeah, this is a massive freaking engine, but with this we should be able to pretty well haul that stuff with 2 of these guys on here. Yeah, because what we want to do is probably keep it around 50,000 if I had to guess. Let's take a look at our shipyards, because this guy, yeah, I think I'm gonna convert him because of tug, so I'm gonna have to, I gotta make a tug. I could make another civilian shipyard, but I feel like we don't create freighters too much. We'll eventually want to upgrade our freighters, but for now, I'll just produce this tug. Let's see. Do I want 50,000? That should be pretty good, right? 50,000 tug should easily be able to haul a 200,000 ton station, because the station's actually not that large, mostly because I want to keep it within reason. It's the kind of station we can produce a few of and then plant around at different gas giants and just have one tanker going to multiple of them, filling up and then coming back. So yeah, so this looks pretty good. I mean, decent enough range. 14 billion. I might put on, instead of 2 larges, I might just throw on one very large. Let's see. Yeah, one very large, still quite a bit of speed. Well, we do have 100,000 limit. I'm not too worried about how fast I get the stuff there. This should just be able to, well, no, fuck it. I've got 100,000 as my limit, so this way I can guarantee it can get there with these engines. I can guarantee it can haul it. It doesn't actually help that much in speed, if you notice, but having more engines gives you a bit more redundancy, and a bit more hauling power, because I believe that's what this signifies, right? Yeah, so a bit more hauling power. You're just kind of, with these engines, with how massive they are, with the amount that you add, you don't really get that much more out of it. You get more power, but you don't get much more actual speed out of it because they weigh so much. That's why normally with a civilian ship you don't design them like this. It's kind of a bad design for like a freighter. But because it is a tug, the power is more of what I'm concerned with, because the speed is going to basically be very low when I'm hauling this thing around. But yeah, so with that, this is still decent. I might drop off once, that way I've got 20 billion range, because 3,000 power should still suffice to haul that around. We'll find out. We'll have to make sure that this works. If not, I'll have to redesign it and produce something, but that should be pretty good for now. So let's go, and I think that might be the end of today's episode. I might tick forward a few more months just so we can see. Yeah, oh, perfect. One more month gets us the terraforming of Mars. So let's take a look at the environment. So we're at 0.988. So let's, whoops. Let's get the nitrogen, the rest of that way up. We'll shoot this up to, we're at a 0.58. So let's just go to 0.6. And we'll take this over just to see. And got some inactive red. So there we go, we're at 1. So that's still not affecting dangerous atmosphere. I'll have to look between episodes and just see what exactly is affecting that. Let's set up some research real quick while we're at it. Oh, there we go. It's gonna take a while. We'll create that because I'm not too worried about getting that Gauss cannon rate of fire soon. Oh, that's quite a bit longer than I would like though. That's what, 20 years just about. That's a little bit too far out. So let's grab the next best person because we got plenty of research facility. Grab you and create. When's that gonna get done? Yeah, that's a bit more reasonable. That's still 12 years, so I'm gonna have to cancel that. They get to the point where they're so expensive that you have to have plenty of research labs. Like, look at this. Grace Humphreys. Let's grab her, see how big a difference that makes. Gauss cannon. Yeah, that still shaves off some time, but that's still quite a bit out there, so we'll cancel that as well. Our research rate points are basically going to get here in 2 years, and that's really going to help a lot with that. Because I think our tech is starting to get slightly out of our range with time-wise. We're kind of reaching the cap, at least reasonably, with our current tech. We still create so much research points currently that it's not too big of a deal. Alright, so then we'll go for somebody over here. Alright. But yeah, let me take a look outside of this video real quick and see if I can figure out what's going on with that. So I'll be right back. So I did figure it out. So it looks like I just found the terraforming wiki. I can pull it in here real quick. It looks like carbon dioxide, you actually have to, or not carbon dioxide, right? No, it is carbon dioxide. That's the wrong one. There we go. So C#. So for C#, which is actually different from the VB6, which is why I was a little confused. In VB6, carbon dioxide has no toxicity. It's just a warming gas. Well, in the C# version, carbon dioxide, you have to keep it under a 0.5 or else it is considered toxic, which has a colony cost of 2. That's why we were having issues with this. Actually, apparently the atmospheric pressure, is so long as you have oxygen within a certain amount, is pretty freaking safe. So now that we have that removed real quick, I can take a look, and it looks like, yeah, so there's no maximum currently. So Mars's actual maximum, I believe, I'd have to look through some menus, but there is a maximum here, but it is determined by the planet, not by the atmosphere anymore. So that's awesome. So we're going to send some of our fleets to Mars. Because we actually did get an overhaul complete. While I was doing that, I did just one tick off camera just to make sure that all carbon dioxide was removed. And that's all it took. It didn't take very long. So let's see, which ship overhauled completely? So you're already away. There we go. So the retrograde vector, we're going to tell it to auto route. Let's take a look at our systems. So we need somebody in ETA Cassiopeia, and technically in FL Virginius doing jump. In fact, I might send her to FL Virginius, or well, him, her, whatever you want to call ship. Not that it necessarily needs to have a name, but we'll send them out there so they can get the rest of those jump points surveyed. But yeah, so now that we got that removed, we can actually take our freighter fleets. So we'll grab the 49ers, who aren't doing anything currently, tell them to go to Earth, refuel, resupply, and then load. Oh wait, no, then we need to go to Mars, load installation, infrastructure, and then go to Venus, unload all installations. Oh, all installations. And then we'll just cycle that, and we'll do the same for the Soul Transfer Fleet. So we'll go to Earth, refuel, resupply, go to Mars, load installation, infrastructure, go to Venus, unload all installations. So Venus is one of the hardest planets in the solar system that you can colonize. It is one of the hardest to terraform. Just due to a bunch of different factors, between the carbon dioxide being super high, the atmospheric pressure being insane, the temperature being insane, and the greenhouses being intense. So this is going to be one that's very difficult for us to colonize and terraform, but that's why we're building that second terraforming ship, which let's actually see, when is that slated to be complete? That is May of this year, so actually not too far away. So what I'll do is I'm going to grab the passenger encounter terraformer fleet, which currently has 3 ships. So we'll be adding a 4th to round it out to an even 4. But right now we're sending them to Venus. Move to location. That's going to take them 18 days. And while I'm at that, since we're going to probably have to change the passenger encounter over to another ship at some point, I'm going to produce a few more of these. So we'll send them to the shipyard fleet. Create tasks. Since we have the available slots, we'll produce those because it never hurts to have a slightly bigger terraforming fleet. Alright, so the passenger encounter is orbiting Venus. So we're going to go to Venus, environment. So this is going to be a tough choice. What's the best move here? We have way too much carbon dioxide. So I think our best bet currently is just to remove carbon dioxide completely. So we'll just start pumping this away. So this is going to take a while. Let's see how much this changes. So we're at 89.73 and 89.73. Yeah, so it is going to definitely take it a good while. These numbers, let's see. Let's do these overhaul ships real quick. I want to see how quickly it's going to take. I wish it gave me sort of like an estimated time. Yeah, it doesn't, unfortunately. That'd be pretty cool if it gave us estimated time. Alright. So let's see, which one of you are orbiting Earth? So you are. Let's give you movement orders, auto route, and then let's look at what we've got. So we need somebody to be sent to Cygna and Cassiopeia, because we ended up sending them. Wait, didn't we send somebody to Cassiopeia? We might have, but I mean, that's the only 2 open ones currently, so we'll send one to ET. Oh yeah, that's right. No, I sent them to FL. That's right. So we'll send you to Cassiopeia. So we sent to Cassiopeia, so we need the 61 Cygnii. Oh, they're still being overhauled. Who is not? There we go. So you are not, so we'll send you to 61 Cygni. There we go. So let's see, we're at 20.849. Let's see if that drops down. I think that has moved a bit down. Nope. Has not. But that has... I feel like that has dropped. Yeah, so that's 7.2. So that's going to take a while. But that will get done. Thecio has completed her overhaul. So let's send you out. We'll help out at Cygni, I guess. Just pick one of the two. So yeah. So I will save that for next episode. We'll start terraforming Venus. It's going to take a good while, but it is a worthwhile planet to terraform because it has quite a bit of minerals. As far as like duranium, one of the ones that we are kind of getting a shortage on. It's one of the base materials. And it's got a lot of other ones. They're just very inaccessible. But if we're able to get corundum, which is at a 0.4, which this is really nice, even though it's at a 0.4, just having some baseline corundum being produced. But the big thing with this one is it's a good planet overall, and so by terraforming it, it allows us to have a bunch more people here. It just generally will help out, and then as well, just kind of getting ourselves more stably put. And then once we finish with Venus, we're likely gonna go to the land over here and then get it changed over, because this one actually shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, it's 1.7, so in fact it's quite a bit easier than Venus, but I'm intentionally going after Venus because of some of the benefits it has as far as mining goes. It's not necessarily like amazing or anything because there's some stuff here, but this is all 0.1, so a total of 0.6 versus this one's a total of 1.9. But it's more of for the people. Having people living there is handy. Having a bigger population kind of gives you a base from there, because once we get people, you know, moving there, we get people living there in large numbers, we can start expanding, you know, more financial centers. We can add more jobs here from mining, research, that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think for now that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. That really helps the channel when you do that, especially those of you who watch all the way to the end like this. That is one of the most helpful ways, because the watch time really helps on YouTube. But yeah, that should be it. I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully we'll have some more interesting stuff to do next time. I know that the designing ships is always usually a pretty favorite of a lot of people, but some people prefer some more action, so I'm really trying to expand quickly to try and find any aliens I can, to kind of give us some action, give us some tension. So far we haven't found any, but we should hopefully find some pretty soon as we're expanding out. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.